Hi, hello. We are back here on the seventh Fun Bites Bake Along 2.0. Okay, I'm just going to call it seventh week, but obviously it's like more than 7 weeks now. But yeah, last Friday we were here making the orange brownies, right? And now this is the seventh week or the seventh recipe that we're going to do Karachi biscuits. Okay, a quick one, but then it is really, really delicious. It just is a lot of custard powder's flavor. Custard powder is like one of the key ingredients in making the Karachi biscuits, the famous ones. If you already tried the Karachi biscuits, then you can make this and then compare to check how it is, like how close it is to the original. And if you haven't had the Karachi biscuits earlier, it doesn't matter. Now you're just going to enjoy how this whole thing is going to taste. Okay, so let me wait for a few people to join in and then let's start. Okay, so it's a pretty simple recipe. The recipe card is posted already. Hi Sylvia. Hi Tamima. Good to have you guys. Okay, it's really nice. Like every weekend, I come to meet you guys and then also bake along with you. Okay, so looking forward to you guys trying this out. It's pretty simple. Okay, um, so there's butter, sugar. Obviously, we're just going to cream it, and then there's flour. The very important ingredient for the Karachi biscuit is the Tutti frutti that is there, and nuts. Okay, it's an eggless version. This cookie itself is eggless, so okay, we don't have the eggless recipe requirement mostly, right, in this. So to begin with, I have a bowl here. Let me just get into the recipe directly. I'm going to add the butter into the bowl. I'm going to use a hand beater only, because it's again a small recipe. It's not going to give you a lot, but then if you think you have quite a few number of people at home to distribute or make and share, then you could double or triple the recipe as well. Okay, now I'm just going to use the hand beater because I have lesser quantity. I'm just using hand beater. I'm going to continue and beat this for about 3 to 4 minutes until the sugar and butter becomes light fluffy and becomes pale in color. Okay. Just become pale. I'm just going to scrape down and then beat a little more. Now, if your sugar granules are quite big, you could just process a little bit in the mixie and then use the sugar here. I'm going to add the milk. And the vanilla extract. And beat again. have the dry ingredients. I'm just going to sift them inside together. So there's all-purpose flour. The custard powder, it is the vanilla custard powder. Yeah, there are quite a few different flavors, right? So you need to be sure that you're getting the vanilla one. The other flavors, obviously, they'll change the flavor of the biscuits. Yes, little salt. You can refer the recipe card for the exact measurements, and then the baking powder. Okay, I'm just leaving aside the tutti frutti and the nuts, which I will add it at the end and then fold it. Now I'm just going to add in the sifted flour into the butter and the sugar mixture. I'm just going to use the spatula to mix. Just get the butter, sugar, and dry ingredients, all the flour together, mixed up well, and then use the butter. It will just avoid the dry to just splash out or spill over. Now it's all moistened up, and now I'm just going to use the beater. I'm just beating it for just a few seconds only, because you don't want it to overbeat. It's just all come together. I'm just going to scrape down. Okay, so that's how it just comes together, and I'm going to add the tutti frutti inside and the nuts, and fold it and then combine. Just make sure it's just combined evenly. Yeah, and then this has to be rested in the freezer for 2 hours until it is completely firm. Okay, now you have the nicely made cookie dough, the Karachi Biscuits dough. I'm just going to cling wrap this. In the meanwhile, set the beater away. I'm just keeping the cling wrap in and putting the dough on the cling wrap. I'm just going to make a log, like a cuboid, because I just going to slice them, cut them through like that, so we have rectangular slices. I can still shape it after cling wrap also, but I'm just shaping it now. Okay, wrapping it nicely, and now get it to the shape. Just make sure this end is also flat. So you don't want to have one of the, I mean, at least the ends shouldn't be just too rounded. So kind of flatten it. It is okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be like really perfect, but what we are looking at is a log shape like this, and this needs to go in, and it should be um, frozen for about 1 hour 2 hours, and nicely firm. They shouldn't be soft like this. Okay, so this I'm just giving it away for freezing. And now to talk about the oven, I also have the baking tray lined with silicone mat, and oven has to be preheating at 180 degrees Celsius. So this, I've just taken it out of the freezer maybe 10 minutes before, like when the live was about to start. So it's quite firm. Obviously there is condensation on the outside because we've just taken it out of the freezer, but then it is just happening outside the cling wrap. I'm just going to remove from the cling wrap. You can see it is quite firm, and now I'm just going to use a knife and then start cutting the end. What I'm going to do is have like a 5 mm. Obviously it will be um, firm, and then it is going to be, I mean, not too easy, but then you can see how the knife goes in. Just make sure you're keeping the thickness of each of the slice the same, so when it bakes, like if there is one of the slice, if it is thin and the other thick, then the thinner ones will get like over baked. They'll brown too quickly. I'm just going to arrange them on the baking tray. Okay, so you can see how beautiful this looks with all the the tutti frutti, and how colorful they look. Okay, so that's the real fun part when you are doing the slices, cutting down and then having the individual slices. Okay, so all of it is cut now. I'm just going to arrange it in the baking tray. Leave about 2-inch gap. I also have the corner ones. I'm just going to place it there. Okay, and now this has to get baked for about 15 minutes, but then what you need to wait to check is the bottom of the cookie should turn golden brown. That's what we are going to look, and depending on the oven, the time could be a little more, or then the browning just happened a little before itself. But then 15 minutes, and then look for the bottom of the cookie to turn golden brown. The top is just not going to turn brown and all. You're just going to look for the bottom's color. And yeah, if you're going to allow it to bake a little longer, then it is going to be a little more crispier than what it should be. But then once you figure out the first batch, and then you will know, do you really like it that crispy, or do you really like it that soft? But if you do not like it that soft, then obviously you can just increase the baking time by 2 more minutes, and then this is going to be crispy. I like the crispier version. I mean, it like really is delicious that you can just bite through and eat, like the bakery biscuits, which are like really crispy. Okay, so now I'm just going to give this away for baking, but then I'm not going to wait until it comes out of the oven. I already have a batch that was baked this morning, and I'm just going to take it out and then show to you how it has come out. And then like quickly we just made a very very simple recipe, but then you will know how delicious it is. I mean, it is really very crispy, and a burst of custard powder flavor with a tutti frutti chunks just coming in between with nuts loaded is like really delicious. You just maybe not stop with a batch. You might need to bake again. So like if you are like sugar conscious, then go with this recipe, the smaller sized one. The first trial is obviously, yeah, you could do it with a smaller size itself, this batch, I mean if you have more people, like I said, double the recipe, all the ingredients will be multiplied by 2. You could also triple it. Okay, so here's the baked one. Can I have some water? Okay, you can see the bottom, it's like turned golden brown, and that's the color of the top. The top's color hasn't changed much. See, the bottom is turned golden brown. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at when you finished. So I'm just going to take it out from the baking tray and then start placing it. I'm just going to just break one to show you. Maybe you're just also hearing the sound of the cookie as I'm placing it on the plate. The corners obviously will not have the beautiful, colorful tutti frutti. Okay, so I'm just going to break. Okay, so it snaps out. Then you can see the bottom is kind of brown, and that's where it's just going to be crispy. The top and a little of the inside is quite, soft. But then storing has to be um, in airtight container, because leaving it out for a longer period of time, it is going to make the cookie very soft. So if you like the cookie crispier, the moment you bake and take it out, and once it comes out of the oven, you have to store it in the airtight container. Okay, I'm just going to break one more. Okay, this is the one. Okay, I just want to break it closer to the camera. Okay, so that's how it just snaps. Okay, I'm just going to break this. Okay, so you can see the tutti frutti is just all loaded inside, and it's very very delicious to eat. So if you bake, you know what to do. You have to post it on the Fun Bites Bake Along Facebook group, and this is the 7th week. The next will be the 8th, and I think the coming Friday we are not doing it. Our class, scheduled for this Friday. I'll let you know when we are going to do the 8th one. I think it's just going to be a little wait. Okay, and once we do that, then we have all 8 recipes. Whoever has done, I'm going to call you Consistent Baker, and I'm going to have a physical fridge magnet that says Consistent Baker that will be sent across to your postal address. And if you make it, and if you're on Instagram and not on Facebook, then you could share it in your stories or make a post and tag Fun Bites and have a hashtag that says Fun Bites Bake Along 2.0. Okay, then I'm also keeping a track of whoever has already made, and we'll just see who completes all 8 together, and then we're just going to appreciate, send the token of love to all those who have baked along with me. We will still continue, and then let's see like what we will do for people who are going to further bake along with me. And then I'm just going to turn around, look for any queries that are there, and then see if I have to answer them. Okay, Priya Gate. Can I turn this recipe into badam pista recipe by replacing nuts with tutti frutti? Yes, you can do that. You have to just understand that this is the custard powder based cookie dough, and just ignore the tutti frutti and then load it with nuts, and then it is definitely going to be really nice. How can I get the recipe, please? Pratibha Singh. The recipe has been posted in both Facebook and Instagram in the profile itself. I think it's just one post below the IGTV, or the, I think that is the second post on the profile. You can see the Tutti Frutti's picture, the first one on the Instagram page, Fun Bites page. Facebook, again, it is there on the Facebook Fun Bites School of Sugar Art Facebook page. It's been posted and the recipe card is there. If you're on Instagram, swipe left to see the recipe card. That is, I think, the third. You have to swipe the post which has the Karachi Biscuits picture in the Instagram profile. Okay, ma'am, will this video be uploaded to view later? Yes, in the Facebook, it is going to be there in the profile itself. On the Instagram, I will be sharing the IGTV, and it will be there on the IGTV. There you can watch it. Alternately, all the recipes that I've been doing until now, the bake along and the cakes unplugged, both has been uploaded on the website funbites.com. Under the recipe, if you could go check out the previous videos are there. Obviously, this will be uploaded in another 2 days time by my team. So it's all everywhere, and you could watch it from, whichever place you feel like is most comfortable to you. What a thumb rule to make perfect cookies? I mean, thumb rule to make perfect cookies, you just follow the recipe and then see where you have to beat a little longer, like the butter and the sugar part is like you have to cream and beat for longer. And after adding the flour, then you're not supposed to beat longer. Okay, so I just stopped. So follow the recipe, and then the baking time and the oven temperature. You stick to the baking time. Like if you over bake, then it's going to be crispy. Like certain cookies are not meant to be crispy, but if you're not supposed to over bake, so you need to understand which cookies have to be soft or which cookie have to be like really crispy, and that you over bake. The ones that you want crispy, the ones that has to be soft, then you have to follow the temperature and the timing. Like maybe if the recipe says like 8 minutes or 10, and if you want to follow the same, then if it doesn't result that has been described by that particular recipe, then you might have to alter the timing and also check your oven temperature to be sure that you are exactly baking at whatever temperature that the recipe is being called for. Okay. Anything else? Thank you. Thumb rule for perfect cookies is already answered. Thank you so much, Babia. Okay. So I think this is pretty much a simple recipe, right? So we have almost come to the end of this live session. So bake the Karachi biscuits and let me know how it tasted. I'm looking forward to checking all the finished pictures of your Karachi biscuits on the Fun Bites Bake Along Facebook page, and then on Instagram. Do tag me. I'll just come to know. Share your experiences with me. I'll let you know when we are going to do the eighth one. I'll be making a post, so do follow the Fun Bites page both on the Instagram and Facebook. So looking forward to seeing you on the 8th, to make sure who are going to be all the consistent bakers who will be part of the series. There's another query, Kavita. Can we add pineapple essence? I mean, I personally do not love essences at all because they are artificial. I don't like artificial flavors coming in to any baked products that I use. So personally, I do not recommend it. But technically, there is nothing wrong in adding extra added flavors into this to make it taste like whatever essences that you're using. Extract, I do prefer. Pineapple extract is or like it is a natural form of pineapple that is being concentrated. Extract is different. If you add it, then it is going to taste in whatever flavor that you're going to add. Technically, it is not wrong. Personally, I wouldn't suggest adding essence. Okay. Thank you so much. Looking forward to you guys baking. Can we share this video? Oh, yes, definitely. I don't keep saying that, but yes, much love to you if you share and let more people know, more people bake with the entire group. Okay. Thank you so much. So looking forward to seeing you on the 8th, and then we will know how many assistant bakers we are going to have. Signing out till then. Bye-bye.